I'll just get into the topic right away, okay? See, I'll be able to relate to more of you. Let's talk practical stuffs which is going to happen during change. There are a lot of terminologies for this change management. How do we react to change, respond to change, be prepared for change? You'll see it in all your subjects, in your office, in all the Harvard Business Reviews, People Matters. That will be the most talked topic. In fact, for centuries, that has been the most talked topic. I'll start with this, okay? With confusion comes clarity. Right now, you are interning in organization, most of you. Will your internship experience and your work experience be similar? Definitely no. You'll know it when you move to a workspace. Whatever I'm going to talk for the next, say, 5 to 8 minutes is about how we, as from being an intern to a working professional, will handle and have an interface with change. First, uh, this is all related to theme, but I'm trying to bring in more of a practical aspect here. First, forget all the models you have studied and whatever you are studying in OD, just rub everything off. Just always remember this, okay? The reality is HR is a support function. This might be not a very liked view by most of us, including me, but that's the practicality. Change always hits the business first. Always remember, if you're in a manufacturing sector, your motor vehicle manufacturing hits a change because of a game changer, then later only HR gets the change experience. Similarly, in an IT sector also it's the same. Always remember, there is a structure for an organization. In that structure, the business or the core money making comes in the center, and everything else is aligned according to it. Okay, every 3 months once there are going to be reviews and meetings, and we from at the head HR or CHRO level, along with the CEO, they both will come together and form a lot of goals for the whole team of them as well as that. And it drops down and comes to us. We'll be joining at a team member level. From the team member level, what are the experiences we are having? First, we'll have to work in different roles. We will start with learning and development. We'll be a HR business partner, recruitment. We'll go round robin. Second, we'll work with different bosses. And third, we'll also work with different organizations, and we'll also be the first person to face the change because we'll be in direct touch with the associate, and we are just the executing leg. Always remember, we are the executing leg. Though we are working in a strategy function, people are our head or our mentors will say we want to hear from the young generation and stuff. We are always the execution wing who wants to implement and put their ideas into a PPT or whatever medium is it. So that's what we are going to do. Okay, where I am talking this, from why I am talking this is I've been a part of strategy function in proper OD with the CHRO of TCS. This is what has been happening to all the 10 or 15 management trainees and 3 to 4 years seniors to us. This is the reality of the situation. With this, okay, first step is we have to deal with ambiguity. uh, when I talk about dealing with ambiguity, it is also a competency which is being paid highest across all levels. See, when you're a team member, you do not know the experience of a manager on your own. You'll be observing it on others. When you are a lead for a particular HR wing itself, you aren't doing that role before. It's always that you are doing something new and it's going to be confusing, no clarity, nothing. You'll struggle your way through it. You'll talk to your friends and all that. So you'll have to just deal with the ambiguity, and don't follow any particular method or anything. Whatever comes for you, just use your intuition and common sense. That's more than enough. And second and most helpful tip is learn fast and fail fast. Okay, you just learn something, try it. If it doesn't work, just push it away and go for the next thing. Sometimes we get more, conditioning is only like huge words. We want to ensure that we make it happen because we took that responsibility. So sometimes if it doesn't work, we should leave it and we should inform our boss, see, I'm not able to do this, I'll go with a plan B. Okay, always remember, at a team member level, no, we have other cross functions and people at our same level. No, most of us are competitive. Okay, in class, we how much competitive we are inside class when getting an internship, and when placement comes, there is another game going, and we are also competing between different departments in our college. Okay, but we should remember this. It's not going to be similar to our Madras School of Social Work there. because I even had, not just me, 5 or 8 of us in our batch also had the similar idea. There is no competition at all, because someone might leave the organization in just 2 months, someone might come join who is better than us, and we ourselves will get replaced. So there is no competition. No competition. The competition is with skills and competencies and tasks. When a task is given to us, how much we are able to execute. More than that, turnaround time. Always remember this word. After you passed out of college, everywhere you're going to hear this word. Turnaround time. If a task is given to us, apart from the 8 other people, how fast we are able to return on that task, how well we are able to do that task. These two things are important. This, if you are able to do, rest of it is sorted. There is no change, ambiguity, nothing. Focus on the task, hit the task. If you do the task 10 to 15 times, then it becomes your skill and you get good at it. If you get that skill, in that skill there are going to be A, B, C, D levels. You'll go grow up the level. Okay, when you grow up that level of skill, you'll get paid more. That's how it works. Very simple. And apart from the whole thing, always ensure you're not working in one single function. You start your career with, say, talent acquisition. After 3 years, get a rotation for learning and development, then some other function. If you do it in the initial 5 to 6 years of your career, no, you won't have. Some of you, because of your skill level, will have a huge growth. Some of us will be in that middle growth category, but after that learning curve will grow high, because in the 5 to 6 years we would have got the maximum amount of beatings, maximum amount of failures. சிம்பிளா சொல்லணும்னா எவ்வளவு அடிச்சாலும் தாங்குவோம், எங்க போட்டாலும் இருந்துருவோம். Will become survivors. Survival is most important for this. You can, in 10 years you can reach your goal, 5 years you can reach your goal. அவ்வளவுதான். That's the simplest of matter. During college, no, I used to be a part of a lot of NHRD forums, NIPM forums. Too much of these things all of us used to do. Okay, but it became so simple for me after I joined here. No need to read your Harvard business review. No people matter. Nothing. You just focus on the task. The task will lead you to the larger goal, is what is my understanding in 2 years. And why I am saying this is, my first job I quit in 7 months. Okay, my second job I was there for 1 year 3 months. Team themselves got dissolved, and this is my third job without even interview. I was called here and I joined. I have no clue of what I'm doing here. This is a greenfield project, so I'm doing from taking a Xerox to talking to the CEO. Okay, and one more thing, talking to a higher level people, lower level, nothing matters. Always remember this word. When you will definitely feel stressed. You'll call your friends at night and ask. You'll ask your other organization friends to help you for PPT. You'll want to learn Excel, everything. Always remember, it's the task, 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 task. Okay, and if now I spoke about task to income, and also now task to your performance management system. This is something no one has ever told me in college or my boss or anywhere. Okay, in your college, how much is your semester exam marks important? Similarly is your performance management system, and the kind of performance management system your organization is having as HRs. I'm only talking from the perspective of us handling the chameleon effect. Okay, so it's useful for all of us. First thing you should know in an organization is your performance management system. That's where you can pick your goal. At the end of the year, you will have a review and everything will be fed in that system. The system will tell, these are the 10 goals the person had to do. These are the 7 competencies or attributes they had to develop. And they'll put mark accordingly and they'll say, this is your banding. Okay, B banding. So you get this particular hike, this particular promotion you're eligible for. It drops to all of this. It starts with task, your skills to competencies, and the end of the day review. So to all of this, and to deal with ambiguity, this is the simplest and easiest path for HRs. Though we talk so much about helping the associate employees and all that, at the inside of us, this will be a very more core of why we are doing a lot of things we are doing in the organization. So if we address that part, rest of the initiatives we are doing, the interventions we call an OD we want to do, everything will be in place. Okay. I would like to end with a few note or tips. Okay, apart from all of this, see, always try to break the convention. Always try to break the convention. Most of the times we are discussing in mails. Why can't we have WhatsApp as a medium of discussion? Anyways, we are discussing in mail, and in WhatsApp again we'll ask and we'll call. The simplest things, but the once you start breaking the convention and try changing it in our organizations, no, that's where your limelight also starts. And always people will talk about agility and so many other being agile and all that has been spoken, and abused more for the past 4-5 years. But what I would say is always design think. Always design think. Whatever you are doing, ensure it's different, and then later on people will start following it as an initiative. They'll put all fancy names, terminologies, etc., etc. Always design think. So these are the two things I wanted to say. And one more concept I wanted to talk regarding the chameleon effect. Always practice inclusive leadership. I don't know if it's there in most of our books or anything. The concept of inclusive leadership is very simple. You're organizing this forum, Bhavishya, right? There are few people who are quiet in our class. There are few people who are last benches. The few people who will never accept our ideas of what we are doing. Few people won't even participate or anything. They'll just come take selfies, wear saris. Okay. If we are as a leader, if you're able to include all of these people and come up with an event, then it's good. We should not enforce our ideas on them. How I want to just use an example. Usually, I don't use more of stories or examples, but I'm not able to convey what I'm trying to convey. There is this a cycle race happening in France usually. Okay, so the concept is the person who is doing the screw for the brake, the person who's pumping the air, the person who is maintaining the cycle, the person who is adjusting the seat for the person who is helping the rider during refreshments. These are all different touch points for the person who is riding the cycle to win the race. All these touch points need to happen. That's what is inclusive leadership. And in inclusive leadership, there is always the aim is just 1% growth. If the person who is doing the screwdriver gives 1% growth, if the person who is handling the brake, repairing the brake gives 1% growth, the person who is providing refreshment gives 1% growth, then on a cumulative level, the percentage of growth goes higher. So that's the concept of inclusive leadership. It's a huge concept, but if we can read it somewhere along, no, it will be helpful for us. That's a new kind of leadership that's evolving. And as HROD students, I think you should all know this, and it will be useful for your interviews also when you talk about it. That's also a thought. Pretty much that's it from my hand. It's so nice to be part of Bhavishya again, and Bhavishya is very close to my heart. For the last 1 year of my college, everything was revolving around Bhavishya for me. So it's very close to my heart. Do well and be the best department among all other departments in MSSW. Okay.